have to join a call in about 5 minutes, but it is about 5:30 now, so I figured I'd film a quick update during the day instead of filming it at like 11, which is when I usually remember. Oh, it's a really nice day out. It's like blue skies. Let me check this out. Um, Today's been I've been incredibly distracted. I had a call. I mean, it was a good kind where like it got me thinking about different things, but the had a little bit too much like it was just a bit of a challenge because like it left me with a lot of ideas, and in many ways, I like ideas, whatever, but when I get new ideas, I get excited about them, things like that, and so I struggle to then focus on the work that I had on my plate, kind of assigned to today before that, and so it wasn't the most productive day. But I mean, I still have time. It's obviously only 5:30, but I'm gonna jump on a call, and then afterward, I gotta do a big development push for this one particular platform. These two apps. Anyway, slowly things get done. I can't remember what else I was thinking about. I spent a lot of time thinking about social, thinking about content stuff. I want to make more content. I think I did I did my first live stream today. I did a live stream of just for like half an hour. I might do one later. I think it's nice in terms of just like getting work done, because I mean, even if nobody's watching it, somebody could be watching it, and I can't find myself like, I can't be scrolling or being useless if I'm on live. And sometimes, if I have focus issues at a particular time, I think it's good. So I might do that more often, but I have all kinds of questions like, should I do Twitch? Should I do YouTube? Should I do both? Is it allowed to do both? I don't even know how to set them up on both. And it goes back to that thing of like, I find myself overstimulated with options, and I don't want to, I don't think that's a good thing, basically. Like, I think I should avoid that as much as possible, and just kind of stick to what's simple, document as much as possible, create the stuff, like keep doing what I'm doing. I think I fell a little bit into the trap of like looking at other people, and I find it incredibly unproductive. Like I was looking at what other people had done, oh, okay, how many videos does this person have? When did they start posting? How many subscribers? All these, like, the thing is as well, half of these are vanity metrics, like, and that was not, I think, the best. I think it just had me thinking about the wrong things. And one of the nicest things about building my YouTube channel has been that I don't have expectations, and I don't want to start having expectations around that. And so, like, very much I want to keep the expectations around the business, but it's challenging, right? Because if I want to grow, like I want to post more, things like that, and it's nice to see, but as it becomes a bigger part of my life, it also, there are some expectations that come with it, and they're not the easiest to deal with, basically, right? Because they can be the thief of joy if you're not careful. But yeah, anyway, I think just my mind was too all over the place. I have to go back to meditating, which is something I didn't do, I think, the past 2 days. Was not good. As in, like, I forgot about it, but it's in these moments that it makes the most difference. And I think I felt the focus from recently kind of taking time to pay attention to those habits. So I'm going to go back to that and try and stay centered as much as possible. I think avoiding mindless consumption can be really helpful. So be very deliberate about the things that you consume, when you consume them, etc. Yeah. So I have a bunch of work to do, but hopefully I can not get too distracted with other people, whatever they're doing. Just let it be their business and stuff like that. And yeah, it's like, oh, I have to hop on a call. So it's 11 now. I haven't deployed the stuff that I really needed to push out, but I'm probably gonna hop on a live stream right now so I can do that stuff. and it'll keep me focused and obviously working. Today was a bit of a challenging day. A lot of overthinking, I was tired. I don't think I quite clocked that in the morning. Like on kind of on paper, if you will, my hours of sleep were right, but later in the day, I could just tell like I didn't sleep quite right, and I could tell that because my fuse was short. My focus was off. It was just like the just a lot of thinking about the wrong things, a lot of stressing, a lot of just kind of mind all over the place. So one of the key things I wanted to do is kind of meditate, and I might do a little home workout before I've been wanting to do more calisthenics. Bear in mind, it's really challenging for me because I'm 6'3", and if you know anything about physics, the fact that your bones are longer, so obviously you have longer limbs, it makes it mechanically harder for you to produce the same amount of strength as shorter people. And that makes calisthenics a particularly difficult challenge because obviously you just weigh more because you have more bone, you have more skin, just everything, right? And so it's harder to gain weight, as everybody knows, and then like kind of tall people tend to be skinny or whatever. But it's also, calisthenics is a challenge, but I want to go after it, and as long as I have fun doing it. So I might do that before I jump into my work, just because I don't want to forget about it, and I want to shower, and as a part of that shower, meditate. I usually do that before or after I've been feeling the lack of it, and I want to go back to that place. I want to go back to reflecting on the goals that I have, staying focused on those by kind of any means possible, but also I did a lot of reflecting about the kind of things that I want to do. Like I want, in terms of content, in terms of how aggressively I want to pursue it, because I've found a lot of joy in it, and there's all these great reasons, but at the same time, I think it's very important to know the way I'm handling it, and then, it's basically you expose yourself to a lot of opportunities, and not all of those may be things that you want to engage in, right? Because you have to obviously risk to personal damage and reputation. You just want to be wary of those things. Anyway, I have to document more if I want to close on that goal in April. So this is a part of that goal. Like I literally have to do it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on things. I'm gonna work out, maybe I'll live stream in like hopefully an hour or so. I get things done. And, it's not gonna be the best workout in the world, but I just want to start building up. Like, it took me years to really find the love and the joy in the gym. That I like. Today I go to the gym and I really like. I genuinely enjoy it. I have fun. Not every workout's the best, but a lot of them, like I will actively seek out that experience because I enjoy it. Whereas the calisthenic stuff, there are ways in which I enjoy, but I'm still finding kind of better routine, if you will. So anyway, I'm gonna jump into that. It was a lot of thinking, feeling lost, feeling doubt. And that's just going to be a very real thing. It goes back to that. It's the thing that I think I said this yesterday, or I don't know, some other video, but you're trying to navigate through the ocean in the dark with a compass, but you don't know how well calibrated that compass is. And you have a bunch of maps, but with the internet, you have like tens of thousands of other maps of how other people did it, but your map might not look anything like theirs. At the end, and you don't have a map yet, right? You don't have your own map yet, because that's the part you're trying to figure out with your kind of half calibrated compass. You don't know which parts you're missing. You don't know how faulty or good it is, because it takes years. You have to find a direction and then sail in it, and you can't zigzag, whatever. I think that analogy works super well. And today I found myself kind of just flicking through too many maps and not sailing enough, if you will. I think it wasn't too bad. Like I haven't totally veered off track or anything, but it was just a little bit unfocused. But there was a conversation I had with a friend, which I'm really grateful for. And maybe I'll write him a card. Like one of those things that I've been wanting to do this year is just write more cards for people, appreciate them more. But genuinely, like just conversations with him, it was good to clear up. Like I'm considering this, well, I've just jumped on an angel investment. Now there's this other opportunity, and it's expensive, and it's high risk. It was really high risk, and do I do it or do I not? Like, do I risk it? Do I put my runway in calls and stuff like that? And it was a relatively scary prospect. Now, yeah, I mean, and my chat with that said friend, he's in UCLA, and he's also having a lot of doubts about college, but it was just really good because I think it was centering, and he's one of the happiest people I know. He's just like fundamentally like very grounded in his contentness, despite his he's not trying to be a money guy. He's not trying to be a tech guy. He's just doing the stuff that he loves, and I think that's what he does best. And it was a really good chat with him that I think every once in a while, if you're feeling overwhelmed, like find somebody who you can talk. And bear in mind, I haven't talked to this guy in months. I haven't like called him in months, but he's the kind of friend who you can pick up where you left off whenever you call him. That is very, very valuable. And I talk to him as if we'd been friends this whole time, even though we haven't spoken in months. Those are the kinds of people who I think are true kind of lifelong friends, if you will. The kinds of people who you don't have to be constantly re-engaging, texting them. Like I don't think friends always have to be that high maintenance. And that was really nice and something that I was very, very grateful for. But yeah. Anyway, I think one of the things that I was very dubious about is this new investment opportunity that I have. I say investment opportunity, it's not like an angel deal or actual investment. It's buying into this agency, and said agency is charging a pretty high ticket, and like I don't want to associate myself with the space where basically money is your personality, because I don't see myself like that, and I don't want to be associated with that. I had some kind of concerns about spending money with an agency who I think is run by, or like who's run around that kind of space. But anyway, at this point I'm rambling. I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna get to it's 11:14. I'll be working by 12, hopefully, and live streaming, something that I'm taking up to get stuff done. And who knows, if somebody watches, great. If nobody watches, that's fine. But I do have to build my habit of speaking. It's a bit weird because I can't totally speak freely, because obviously it's in real time, and there are certain things which I cannot reveal in real time. And so I can't really reflect on things actively, but I can work on them as much as possible, avoid revealing too much code. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So that's a wrap on today's update. I don't think I'll film something when I finish. I'll probably just pass out because it'll be late, but hopefully I don't take more than like 2 hours to finish the work I've got to do. I've got to deploy fixes on 2 applications, so that's that. It's just about 4:30 in the morning right now, and I've just spent the better part of the last 4 hours effectively chained to my chair in front of my laptop. And it's not exactly been the best time. I'm sleepy. I didn't sleep well last night. And, I didn't think I was going to film another update today, but I felt like it because I've just felt so frustrated. And, obviously it's not, this kind of isn't the most scalable thing in the world. And, I think one of the most challenging feelings is, and this is this comes with the territory, but so I think it should very much be expected. But I think you should be wary of hustle culture that glorifies grinding until X in the morning, whatever. It's like, I'm doing that, but I don't feel like I'm taking that many steps forward. So don't just take it at face value that just because I'm working until late. Sure, I'm doing well this month, but like I don't want to be like this, this can't be. like there's, I don't know, there, like I just have so many questions of like, am I spending my time on the right things? Am I, it's just incredibly confusing because there's so little, like I find so little guidance and stuff like that. And I mean, the guidance it just takes time. Like the guidance is messing up and trying again and trying again. That is kind of how you learn. Obviously, as much as possible, you want to take from other people around you. You want to like read and whatever, but there's only so much you can learn from a book. There's just experiential learning, which takes you through the motions. I think these are the hardest points. The hardest points aren't when you have like they are when you have a bunch of work, but specifically when you're questioning things. When you question if you should be doing this or that or the other, and nobody's there to give you an answer. And it's not about the fact that I don't have anybody to ask. It's the like nobody nobody has that answer, right? Like nobody in your immediate circle has that answer. And it's not to say that I don't have, I mean, I've reached out to people and stuff like that, but because I want to talk to them about certain things, but you're still in this place where you're not interesting enough to this new circle where they'll kind of more openly, yeah, like it is basically what I'm saying is it's not easy, it's not immediately available to you to get guidance and things like that. And asking your friends is not, is blind leading the blind. And yeah, it's, I mean, also as a solo founder, I mean, so being a solo founder has the benefits, but it comes with its costs as well. And the cost is you bear the burden of all of your confusion and your doubt. And that's not a light burden. It's not easy. And I want to make a certain investment, I want to try a certain thing. I'm going to gamble a lot of money on it and put what I've built potentially at risk. Like that's a big deal to me. If I go through with it, like am I gonna I just like, and I want to find a way out of these situations because I don't want to be like this on a consistent basis. So anyway, it's been a long night. I reviewed the code from my the junior that joined our team. It's decent. I'm happy with him. I think he's learning. I'm just happy to teach him, to be honest. He seems excited about learning, which is the biggest thing that like no amount of money can buy. And that I'm very grateful for. And yeah, anyway, tomorrow I got calls. I think the one part which I find, I guess, some comfort in is that like at the end of the day, like I can kind of look at my current situation with the eyes of the future in some way and just be like, these are the good old days, or these are the, you look back on times like these. I think it's like type 2 fun or whatever, but it's like it's not fun in the moment, but it's fun to look back on. And it's the same way that I fondly look back on the time when I was 13 and I was like building my little sandwich business. And I mean, I think it was a little bit different and a lot less challenging in many ways, but I do take comfort in like that. And I'm grateful for my ability to recognize that. And I would only wish that upon everyone to be able to kind of look at what you're doing right now. If it's anything painful, just look at it. And if it's contributing to some larger journey, just observe it with the eyes of like your 80-year-old self, and just look at it like, oh, I remember those days. I remember when I used to do this, and I remember when I was working until 4 in the morning, 4:35 in the morning, trying to get this stuff out for my clients and this, that, and the other, and then recording and doing all that. Like, it's a lot, but I think it makes it a lot more bearable if you look at it with the eyes of the kind of the future. But yeah, anyway, not a whole lot else. It's not been the most fun time. I think specifically just because I wanted to sleep and I didn't, and then that just made my frustration worse because things took longer. I didn't manage to publish things the way I wanted. Oh, the list goes on. The list really goes on. And yeah, I just can't let myself get too centered on that stuff. Also, there's some client payments which I'm waiting on, which are delayed, and they have me like not stressed, but yeah, basically this client specifically asked for to turn off automatic collection. And I was like, okay, I mean, I can respect that. It's fair enough. They don't want to think about having to cancel a subscription, whatever. But on the other side, like I expect them to pay their invoices on time. Anyway, pay your invoices on time. People appreciate it. I do that as much as possible, and people love it. If you do that, just yeah, people. It means a lot to people. You don't know what somebody else is going through. Anyway, I want to. I think it might be cool to launch like a kind of software or something community. That'd be cool. Just because I've had some people reach out and be like, just I want to learn or whatever. I'd love to share that, but at the same time, I've got to make it make sense to spend more of my time. And yeah, maybe I'll do that. Who knows? Anyway, that's a wrap on today. Also, I was gonna live stream my work, and then my camera wasn't working. Whatever, I eventually gave up. And I was thinking whether to live stream on Twitch or on YouTube or what, and should I live stream at all? I don't know if I should, to be honest. I did my first earlier today, and then now I'm kind of having cold feet about it. Particularly because the YouTube thing didn't work. Like the camera setup was a bit janky and it wasn't working. But I don't know. Not a problem for today, I suppose. Not something to think about today. Okay.